Policy on Program Transfer and Reentry. It is the policy of MHAI and Community Connections that consumers be given the opportunity for input and choice relative to the participation in programs and services available. Procedures for programs transfer to employment services from rehabilitation. The person-centered description and related supported documentations will serve as a primary document and determine appropriateness of referral to determine the consumer's interest and readiness for community employment. A progress review meeting will be held to discuss the consumer's interest in transferring to community employment services. If a transfer is not determined to be an appropriate option, it will be noted and reviewed in 6 months. If transfer is agreed upon, Community Connection staff member will meet with the individual to explain services and facilitate the referral process to VRS. The consumer will have his or her choice on employment service provider. Procedures for reentry to employment to habilitation services. Consumers who wish to reenter a Community Connection program after being on a leave of absence for medical or psychological reasons will be required to provide documentation verifying the readiness for reentry into the program. This is done for purpose of assuring that services are provided in the best interest of individuals served with respect to their physical and psychological health and safety. If the consumer is able to provide such documentation, they will be allowed immediate reentry. Or the program is at maximum capacity, they will be placed on a waiting list and allowed reentry at first available opportunity. Consumers who wish to reenter after being terminated for behavioral reasons are required to present documentations from the residential provider or behavior specialist or counselor indicating what steps they've taken and what progress they've made since their termination towards improving their behavior to the level of appropriateness for the program. Consumers who wish to reenter following a voluntary termination for any reason will follow the routine admission and program entry procedures. Consumers will need to reapply with VRS to reopen their case. If a consumer receiving follow-on services is terminated from employment and wishes to reenter employment services with Community Connection, the decision to allow program reentry will be made on a case-by-case basis by the program manager. The decision will be made based on what the program manager deems to be in the best interest of the consumer.